Welcome back to the deep dive. We are on day 222, covering Jeremiah chapters 10 through 13. And I have to say, if you ever felt like the universe was unfair or that the bad guys were winning while you were trying to do the right thing, this section is going to hit home.
Oh, absolutely. It's raw. Usually, when we think of prophets, we think of these stoic figures delivering messages from a mountain. But here, Jeremiah is struggling. He's arguing with God. He's terrified. And the imagery in these chapters, it ranges from hilarious satire to absolutely heartbreaking betrayal.
Right. I was actually laughing. Maybe I shouldn't have been. At the beginning of chapter 10. It felt like God was doing a stand-up comedy routine about idols.
It is satire. It's ancient sarcasm. You have this description where God basically says, look at these customs. You go into the forest, cut down a tree, and hire a craftsman with an axe.
And then they dress it up in blue and purple robes?
Exactly. They deck it with silver and gold, fasten it with nails so it doesn't wobble, and then comes the punchline. God compares these idols to scarecrows in a cucumber patch. They can't speak. They have to be carried because they can't walk. It's this biting critique of humanity's obsession with things we create ourselves. We worship things that are less capable than we are.
That's a powerful image. Worshipping something that you have to carry instead of a God who carries you. But the tone shifts pretty drastically in chapter 11. It goes from mocking idols to something much darker, the broken covenant.
Yeah, this is where the legal language comes in. God reminds them of the agreement from the Exodus, but then the camera zooms in on Jeremiah's personal life. We find out there's a conspiracy against him.
This part shocked me. It's not just random enemies, right?
No, it's the men of Anathoth. That's Jeremiah's hometown. These are his neighbors, maybe even distant relatives. They are plotting to kill him because they hate his message. Jeremiah says he was like a gentle lamb led to the slaughter. He had no idea they were whispering behind his back.
That betrayal leads us into chapter 12, which contains one of my absolute favorite exchanges in the entire Bible. Jeremiah basically files a lawsuit against God. He asks, "Why does the way of the wicked prosper?"
It's the age-old question. I'm doing your work and my neighbors want to kill me while they are living easy lives. He wants justice. He wants them pulled out like sheep for the slaughter. But God's response? It's not a comfort blanket.
No, it's definitely not. It's a challenge.
Right? God says, if you have run with the footmen and they have wearied you, then how can you contend with horses?
Wow.
It's profound. God is essentially saying, Jeremiah, you're struggling with the local stress, the foot soldiers, but the cavalry is coming, the Babylonians are coming. If you can't handle the betrayal of your neighbors, how will you handle the collapse of the nation?
That is such a tough love moment. It's like, don't pray for an easier life. Pray to be stronger.
Exactly. It's a call to resilience. And then, to illustrate just how bad things are going to get, we get to chapter 13 and the famous linen belt stunt.
Okay, explain this to me. God tells him to buy a linen belt, basically underwear or a loincloth. Wear it, but don't wash it.
Wear it, don't wash it. Then walk all the way to the Euphrates, which is a massive journey, by the way. Hide it in a rock crevice, leave it there for days, and then go back and get it.
And obviously, when he digs it up,
it's ruined. It's marred. It's profitable for nothing. And that is the visual aid for Judah. God is saying, I bound you to me intimately, like a belt to a waist, for glory and praise. But because of your pride, you are now like this rotting fabric, useless.
That is visceral. It's disgusting, but you can't miss the point. And speaking of things you can't change, chapter 13 ends with a proverb that the whole world knows, even if they don't know it's from the Bible.
Can the Ethiopian change his skin or the leopard his spots?
That's the one.
It's a devastating diagnosis. He's telling the people that they are so accustomed to doing evil, so habitual in their rebellion, that change feels biologically impossible. They've lost the ability to simply decide to be good.
It leaves us in a really heavy place. We have a prophet who is hated by his hometown, a God who is warning that horses are coming, meaning bigger trouble, and a people who are so stuck in their ways they are like a leopard who can't wipe off its spots.
It does. It forces us to ask, when we are stuck in a cycle of rot, like that linen belt, do we keep waiting, or do we let God wash us before it's too late? Because Jeremiah makes it clear, the storm isn't just coming, it's already on the horizon.
A sobering thought to end on. If you're running with footmen and getting tired, maybe it's time to train for the horses. Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.
If you have been blessed by this, please like, subscribe, and share this joy with others. God bless.